Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? I think all of you are well as like before. I am also well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to our this week's session and hope you all will enjoy our today's science class too. Before starting our science topic, I am going to share some thoughts of mine with all of you that and I think this sentences or these speeches will help you a lot. Students, at this crucial moment in this pandemic situation, you shouldn't go outside if you don't have any kind of major issues. Stay at home. Stay at home and stay at home. It is not enough that you are staying at home and you will not be affected with this. You can be affected staying at home too. So you all have to maintain the health rules and eating balanced diet to fight with this situation. You all should wash your hands with soap or hand wash regularly and eat so many kinds of nutritious fruits, actually sour type of fruits which are enriched with vitamin C. By the way, I think you all have understood that in this situation, this soap, vitamin C type fruits, these things are very important. You will be glad to know that in this chapter, we are going to discuss about these things. But it is a chemistry chapter. So let's see what is waiting for us in this chapter. I have already told all of you that it is a chapter of chemistry topic. And now you are seeing a video clip which have made you 100% clear about my speech. Yes, it is a chemistry topic. So let's specify what topic is hidden inside this chapter. Actually, inside this chapter there are 3 topics. First one is acid. Next one is base. And the third one is salt. That means we are going to discuss about acid, base and salt in this chapter. But it is quite impossible for us to complete the discussion about these 3 topics today within this one class. So we are going to discuss today only about acid. This acid has a great relation with the sour types of fruits. That's why I have told you about such type of fruits in the previous slide. So let's see what is the relation between them. Students, what are you seeing? I think if you were present in front of mine, you will say that, ma'am, we are seeing that here is 2 lemons and a slice of lemon too. And now see, what is it? It is tamarind. This is also a familiar fruit to all of you. And this picture is about what is? About tomato. And this one is very, very nutritious, which is enriched with vitamin C. It is amlaki. And the next one is pineapple. Actually, pineapple is very tasty, but I have allergic reaction because of eating pineapple. So I can't eat pineapple as much as I wish. So let's discuss why am I showing these pictures to all of you. Actually, this all fruits are sour in taste. So I think you all will agree with me that there is something similar or something common which is hidden inside these fruits. Yes, this common thing is a chemical compound, and this chemical compound is acid. So acid is responsible for the sour type of taste, but it is a difference among them that all the acids are not same. These five fruits contains five types of acids. That means acids have different types. Let's see which fruit contains which type of acid. Lemon. This lemon contains citric acid. And tamarind, it contains tartaric acid. Tomato, it contains oxalic acid. Amlaki is the carrier of ascorbic acid. And the pineapple is enriched with malic acid. So it makes you clear that there are so many kinds of acids, but the common thing of acid is all types of acids are sour in taste. That's why these all fruits are sour in taste. So let's discuss elaborately about acid. What is acid? Still now we have a little bit idea about acid because we have come to know that acid is something which is responsible for sour taste. But it is not about all info about acid. Here is a picture. This picture shows you another idea about acid. Here is something indicated as HCl. Actually, it is a chemical formula of hydrochloric acid. In this picture, we are seeing that this hydrochloric acid is becoming dissolved in water. When it becomes dissolved in water, it breaks down into two ions. One is H plus, that means hydrogen or protons, hydrogen ions or protons, and the other is Cl minus, that means chloride ion. This picture makes you a clear definition about acid too. That is, any kind of acid gives you H plus ion when you dissolve any kind of acid into water. So, we have come to know about two properties of acid. First one is acid tastes sour, and second one is acids gives H plus ion in aqueous solution, that means liquid solution. But there are so many other properties of acid too. So let's see the properties of acid here. Acids taste sour. We have discussed it. Acids are proton turners. We have discussed it too a few seconds ago in this slide. And the next properties will be discussed in the next slides. Third properties property is acid's effect. Indicators such as blue litmus paper turns red. What is litmus paper? What is indicator? What is the effect? These things will be discussed in our next slide. Acids react with active metal producing hydrogen. It tells you that when any kind of acid gets reacted with metal, it produces a gas. And that gas is hydrogen gas. We will also see about this point. Actually, we will also see a video on this point in our next slides too. And the other property of acid is acids neutralize bases. Still, we don't know what is base. We know what is acid, but it is important to know right now that whenever any kind of acid reacts with base, it becomes neutralized. What is neutralized? The properties of acid becomes disappeared when it reacts with any kind of base. The definition of base or the idea of base will be developed in our next session. But in this topic, it is important to know that acid loses its property when it becomes attached with any kind of base. These last three properties are going to be discussed in our next 3 slides. Let's see. Reaction with indicators. In the number 3 point of properties, we have seen that acid changes its colors with the touch of indicators. How is it? Let's see. Here's a picture. In this picture, a container is containing some acids, and above the container here is a small paper which is known as litmus paper. When this litmus paper is dipped into acid, it changes its color. This litmus paper was blue in color. After being dipped into the acidic solution, it turns red. That means any kind of blue litmus paper turns red if it is dipped into any kind of acidic solution. That means acid helps to turn the blue litmus into red. Like litmus paper, there are some liquid substances too which helps us to indicate acid. Here is a liquid solution which is known as methyl orange. It is generally orange in color, but whenever it is mixed with acidic solution or acid, it turns into red. That means methyl orange also turns red after reacting with acid. Whenever these activities are done, you will become sure that your solution is acidic. Thus, these things help us to know about the solution, if it is acidic or not. So from these incidents, we can prepare a definition about indicators like this. Indicator, a chemical compound which helps us to identify acid, base, or salt. reaction with metals. In the properties of acids, we have come to know that whenever acid is become attached with metal, it creates hydrogen gas. This statement will be clear if we see a video here. This is a video which shows you that a metallic chain is dipped under acidic solution and it is reacting with this acid. After this reaction, the bubbles of a gas is produced and this gas is hydrogen gas. You can ask me that, ma'am, it can be other gases too. It can be oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas, but why are we saying that it is hydrogen gas? If you have any confusion, you can test this gas by maintaining lab procedure. You can collect this gas separately in a test tube and examine this perfectly. So the matter is, when acid reacts with metal, the bubbles of a gas is produced and that is hydrogen gas. Neutralization. In the properties of acid, we have come to know another thing too, and that is whenever an acid reacts with base, it becomes neutralized. What is neutralized? We have come to know this too, that neutralized means acid loses its own properties. How is it done? Let's see. It is done like this. In this video, you are watching that one acid and one base is becoming attached, and after becoming attached, it reacts with each other and produces salt and water. You can ask me that, ma'am, we are not understanding by seeing this video, because which one is acid and which one is base, it is not clear to all of us. I'm helping you to make all of you clear. At first, you are seeing that HCl, one is H and other is Cl. That means HCl is coming from left side and H2O is coming from right side. These two compounds get attached with each other and exchange their one part with each other. HCl is replaced with NaCl and NaOH, which was base, is replaced with H2O. That means one acid HCl and one base NaOH is replaced with water H2O and salt NaCl. This is neutralization. When an acid and a base reacts with each other, both of them loses their properties and they make new substance, which are water and salt. This is known as neutralization. Any kind of acid is becomes neutralized whenever it gets attached with any kind of base. So we can say that when hydrochloric acid and NaOH, sodium hydroxide, reacts with each other, sodium chloride NaCl, salt, and water H2O is produced. Thus, the properties of an acid get neutralized while reacting with the base. Students, let's become confused. Are you laughing at me? I think no. Really, you all have become confused about this emoji. Why is it tensed? It is tensed because, like us, it is facing also a question. And the question is methane an acid or not? What do you think? Is methane an acid? Some of you will answer me that yes ma'am, it is acid. And the other portion of you will say that no ma'am, it is not acid. Whatever it is acid or not, there will be some specific reason behind this. What is this reason? Let's see. Let's judge the statement. It is true or not. The left box showing you a picture which is CH4, and you all know that CH4 is the chemical formula of methane. Here you all are seeing HCl, that is one kind of acid, hydrochloric acid. What is the major difference between them that is responsible for being acid or not being acid? When you dissolve hydrochloric acid in water, what will you find? I think all of you know. You will find this kind of ions, and these are protons or hydrogen ions. And if you dissolve methane in water like this, will you find such kind of ions? Yes or no? Obviously, no. You will not find proton ions or hydrogen ions. That is the major difference between them. And this reason has made hydrochloric acid as an acid and CH4 as not an acid. So, the answer of this confusion will be methane is not an acid. Still, all of you were very helpful and cooperative, and that's why you all have attended my class and learned a lot of things about acid. I'm expecting that you all will complete your homework as like before within time and will send me to email within time. I'm going to end our today's session by thanking all of you again. Allah Hafiz.